cattle,
Yeah.
horses, chickens, you name it, geese, ducks,
Yeah.
pigeons. They had a pigeon coop with pigeons.
Pigeons.
And then I couldn't understand them. And they were old people. I mean, they were old. I mean, at the time, to me, they were really old people. And they were. They were in their 60s, I guess, or 70s at the time. Let me think. That would have been, no, maybe not that old. They would have been in the 40s. They would have been. Well, my granddad was born in 1880. So in 1940, yeah, he was 60 years old in 1940. Okay, yeah, they were in their 60s.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll never forget because they were big, big, and old, and I couldn't understand them. When they talked, it wasn't English. They were talking in their native tongue, German, to each other.
Yeah.
They could speak broken English, and they would to me. But I stayed there. My mom would come there on weekends to see me.
Yeah.
But there I was with these two big old people that I couldn't understand. When they talked to one another, I couldn't understand them.
What did you think?
It was so new, you just don't know what's happening. And then if they wanted me to do something, or they would speak in this broken English to me. But routinely, they just spoke with one another in this language I had no idea. And that big old farmhouse, it was 2 stories. And then there was an enclosed, if you left the kitchen, there was an enclosed sunroom, I guess you could call it. It was windows. And it was a grape arbor right outside, all across. It was real long. And right outside all these windows, there was grapes hanging. And then they had a great big old German Shepherd tied on a chain outside, and the dog never came in. It lived outside, summer, winter, you name it. It had a doghouse, and the dog's name was Buster. And I didn't want to. Buster scared me. I didn't want to, because he wasn't mean, but he was literally, his world was on the end of that chain in a certain area in the yard.
Yeah.
And boy, so many things I saw there. For example, they had pigs, and their pigs would have little pigs.
Yeah.
And then those little pigs would grow up until they were not, and I remember my Uncle Kurt one time, the uncles and aunts were constantly coming, almost every weekend they'd come out, one of them or another, and their families, the kids, my cousins. And there was a time in the fall where they would butcher, and my grandfather was a butcher. He could butcher well. But first you have to kill the animal. And I'll never forget, they were going to butcher this pig. It was a pig. And my Uncle Kurt, he had a short axe, a hatchet. It looked like a hammer, about the size, but twice as big as a regular hammer. One side is an axe. The other end is flat. The blade, this end is flat. He jumps on this hog, grabs it around the throat, and this hog goes in the yard and goes crazy and starts running and squealing. And it's not on a chain. And Kurt is hanging onto this hog for dear life. Picture a grown man being dragged by
Oh.
a young hog, and the man's got his arm around the hog's neck, and he's got this axe, and he's hitting with the flat end the hog in the head. And every time he hits the hog, it squeals even louder. It knows it's being killed. It's being attacked violently,
Yeah.
and it's running all over the yard